Ooh, I think I'm a little nervous. So thanks for having me. Not too much to say as a prelude about myself. I think you'll get a sense of me through the writing. However, I do want to just appreciate all those of you, Lisa, Bill, and the whole New Perennials team who have made this possible for me and us all. And that sense of interconnectedness is actually a theme of the writing. So the experience of the pamphlet is a reflection of my message. Closed for business. I remember the chaotic whirlwind of late Friday afternoons in the household of my childhood. My family is getting ready as t-shirts are exchanged for button-down shirts and ties, cleats and sneakers switched to dress shoes, jeans and sweatshirts become skirts and blouses. When we finally arrive at Temple and take our places in the front pew, I'm nested in between my mother and father, in line with my 4 older brothers and sister. It's as though the jade green velvety carpet of the sanctuary becomes the common ground beneath our feet. Once dispersed in the comings and goings of the week, we're now gathered and conducted. The rabbi pronounces, "All rise," and our attention syncs up and joins in with the whole congregation. In a harbor of collected silence, my senses attuned to the rustling of Siddurim pages, the rhythmic bowing of heads, and the flickering dance of the Ner Tamid hanging over the bima. Even if we could talk, there's no need for words. I gaze up to the domed ceiling of the sanctuary as if looking to the night sky. This was Shabbat, resting in quiet reverence when my sense of wonder with the ineffable began, when a sense of something much bigger than me was as near and palpable as the snug fit of my 5-year-old feet inside freshly polished black and white saddle shoes, and as reassuring as the cadence of holidays and rituals celebrated throughout the year. Back then, in the 1970s Connecticut suburb of my youth, many stores and services were either closed were closed either on Sundays or on the Sabbath. The habits of production and consumption would predictably slow down or stop altogether, and the sense that it can wait or we can do without was sewn into our mental familial fabric. With cars resting in the driveway, the abundance of staying local became revelatory. The backyards of friends who lived within walking distance were the mainstay for imaginative play until the sunlight began to dim, and as if following a compass pointing true north, we'd head home as white linen napkins, porcelain dishes, and fragile glassware were taken out of the wooden hutch and set around the candles on the kitchen table. Taking our places, the movement of the day melting away in tempo with the wax gently dripping down the candlesticks. Within the singularity and sustenance of being together and sharing food, it seemed as though I didn't need much of anything else. Fast forward 50 years, a landscape of change has overwhelmed us, uprooted tradition, and swept us into a fast-moving current of busyness. We're now consumers plugged into a worldwide digital social matrix and marketplace that's open 24/7. With the click of a button, we can work, sleep, hard to sleep, work or shop, socialize, attend classes, check the news and weather, locate our children, pay our bills, and be entertained and engaged at any time, day or night. In the race to keep pace within this digital space, we've become captivated by the outward doing, going, and getting of things inside a manufactured, artificially sweetened world where personal preferences and objective perspectives are reinforced and amplified. It's so easy to get caught up in swells of urgency and impulsivity. It's so hard to turn off. And while there's no doubt that the World Wide Web is a profound technology and the potency at our fingertips is extraordinary, a tool's powers and effects are only as good as the minds of its users. How can we possibly manage to digest densely packed news feeds, assimilate and make meaning of the vast bombardment of images and ideas crossing our visual and mental screens without suffering from a kind of indigestion and inflammation? How do we avoid the accompanying side effects of worry, anxiety, exhaustion, and general feelings of unsettledness? All the while, our ever-increasing to-do lists colonize our mindscape and keep us striving and always in a hurry. I've asked myself, how am I typically filling up, feeling flooded with so much to do and the urgency to get it all done, overlooking the moments when enough is enough? I see unsettling patterns everywhere, from people feeling increasingly too busy to enjoy life, to the Surgeon General's warning that adolescents face profound risk of harm from exposure to social media, to the growing habit of doom scrolling in our always on alert environment. What's the medicine for this dis-ease? Many of the world's faith traditions provide a powerful and seemingly simple remedy: rest. Take a break from the world, retreat, and invest in inwardly transformative and peacekeeping practices as a way of living graciously and harmoniously in the world. Practices such as meditation, contemplative arts, and mindful movement, as well as ritual and prayer, are chances to unplug, take refuge, and root our attention in place, reconnecting us with the inner sanctuary of equanimity and ease that's within us all the time. Paradoxically, to disconnect from our business as usual in order to embody this grounded state of mind is an act of radical activism. It requires willpower, discipline, and humility. For when we're accustomed to going and getting and making things happen out there, it's revolutionary to turn against the flow of societal expectations, conventional beliefs, and our own deeply ingrained conditioning. It takes courage to step out of the fast-moving current. Consider this pamphlet, Closed for Business, as your invitation to take that step. Join the revolution and find your sanctuary. And when you do, within this harbor of wonder, every time, whether it's a well-timed break within a workday, a daily practice, a one-day-a-week refrain, or a periodic sabbatical, you will be replenished by an unconditional nurturance, opening to an awareness and sense of belonging that you never need purchase, go after, win over, prove yourself worthy of, or try to create. And this belonging belongs to us all. You and me and everything in between are part of one grand interdependent process of creation. Sanctuary by the river. One summer morning, I approached the Palaf to Eagle Park, a long river road named for the New Haven River, ambling along the stretch of winding road that connects the towns of Bristol and Lincoln, Vermont. There are a few cars already parked, and I see people walking over to the special spot near the water, a small campground surrounded by stands of hemlock and maple, clover and fern, sunlight and clouds. Knotweed is blooming along the banks of the river, which, with my deliberate approach, is speaking shh, as if just to me, for I'm sufficiently filled with a cacophony of mental chatter, discursive thoughts darting to and fro, worrying about this and that, caught up in frustration for one thing and regret for another, fragments of fear-filled stories swept up, billowing around like a windstorm, blowing over dried earth, lifting dust into the air. Showing up at the park is not only a chance for retreat and replenishment, but it is also an act of kindness. Extracting myself from my own version of householding busyness, pushing myself out the door for a chance to allow the winds to calm. Ever grateful to be joining my friends as if we were meeting at one of the many swimming holes along this same river for a dip in the clear current. Yes, we've come to immerse ourselves, yet it's Tai Chi Chuan we're here to practice. Like any ritual, there's what's happening on the outside that may look the same, and then there's what's transforming within. The dust is settling. Machinations are disintegrating as fertilizer into the supple, forgiving earth, and all the knotty problems I'd been weighing begin to unravel as the math of my deliberation is held immediately accountable against the immeasurable sky. With every step and turn we're taking, The pivoting of each heel might as well be the earth rotating on its axis as we're moving in confluence with birdsong and the gentle rustling of leaves and continuously flowing water.